In any direction here, we talked about with the Pelicans at the eighth overall pick. Let's do one more guy there. Maybe you could throw a guy in there, but Jalen Duren is another guy that
He trying to make you like Jalen Duren, huh? Go ahead.
Jalen
Go
Duren
ahead.
is
You kick that
intriguing,
one
man.
off, man.
Jalen Duren is intriguing, DC. I like what I see from him. Was watching some footage of him yesterday. Very interesting player, man. I just and the thing I like about with the Pelicans, like we looking at guards, man. I mean, it'll be interesting to see um, what if the Pelicans are looking at guards or they're looking at forwards, a guy's maybe a guy that's a 2-3, a guy that can play the four, or a guy like Johnny Davis. Me personally, I really like Johnny Davis. I'm gonna keep it real with you, but I'm not mad at if the Pelicans take a big like Jalen Duren. I'm not wouldn't be upset about that at all. But um, I mean, he's following at what's James Wiseman. When Wiseman was over
Yeah.
there, he following him there. So I don't know. The Pelicans take a big. We got Jackson Hayes, but a lot of people can say, what about Jalen Duren, the big, almost 7 foot tall center out of Memphis? Would Pelicans reach at that? That'll be a shocker to me. But some people are saying, hey, man, how about this, that, and third? Pelicans, I don't know. I wouldn't look at Jalen Duren, but there are people, scouts, that saying that it's possible. I don't know. I think we go in the opposite direction, but let's talk about it just for the hell of it. Jalen Duren, DC.
I think we do too. I mean, Robert Williams is one of the people they're comparing it to. You seen what he came in and the
Man, I love. Hey,
Celtics right now.
DC. Let me tell you something about the Boston Celtics club. Absolutely love them. I love how they play. But let's talk about Durham, DC. We know he's not a guard or a forward or whatnot. He's a center, but we cover it anyway. Let's throw this at the Pale Nation, Jalen Duren.
He's everything Jackson Hayes is not when you look at his body composition, man. I mean, he's 6'10", you're talking about 230 pounds. The dude is solid, man. Again, one of the younger guys in the draft, 18 years old. Phenomenal defender. That's really the thing with him. Good shot blocker. He can play very good on ball D. You got to catch lobs and finish and stuff like that. I think he's good, in the post scoring. I think he could use a little work, though, on his interior game. I mean, they got him listed at 6'11", 250 there. So he must have gained weight since the scouting report I got. But dude is definitely a specimen, man. He has an eye for the game to say he's a big man, though. Like, he got the ball and you just thinking he's a typical big man. He'll dish off some nice passes and stuff, too. The dude don't play, as you can see in these highlights with his D, man. It's like a brick wall. So it's very interesting to have him on his team. Obviously, if we got him, the clock will be on Jackson Hayes. They draft Durham. I don't see how we keep him and Jackson Hayes and Valanciunas unless maybe we keep him for 1 year and then you break up something that next year, because this guy will come in and he's going to produce. He'll have a real good role with the Pels, man, to be able to block shots, hustle, and get rebounds. And I think he's very capable to do that, man. He can jump extremely high. To say he's damn near a 7-footer. So you got a guy with great athleticism, off-ball defense. That's kind of where it falls off. He's a great secondary shot blocker, but I don't know at this point if I could see him as just the full rim protector. I think he need a little work. He got a lot of flashy blocks and stuff. He definitely needs to add to his game. You know what I mean? He got a 7'5" wingspan, and this dude, he ain't scared of nobody. He definitely got that dog in him, so I like that about him. I'm just not high on the Pels drafting a center for this. With the 8th pick, I think we can go later in the draft and potentially find somebody to help with rim protection that won't cost you the 8th pick. You know what I mean? But as you can see, the brother definitely added some aspects to his game since I watched him, because I ain't see this tape we're playing right now. But that is pretty damn impressive for a guy that's 7 feet tall. And he obviously has a high ceiling that he can reach. His comps are DeAndre Jordan and Robert Williams. But as you're looking at him there, I think his offensive game has potential to be better than both of those guys. I mean, as you see him hitting these shots and some of these dunks he's doing, very athletic, and they're not highlighting any of the ability. I told you he's a sneaky guy with passes too, man. He has a skill to be able to facilitate, and he had 2 blocks a game, in college, man. So that's pretty impressive. But if you could get him to be, that interior scorer, maybe the true number 2 center, JV. Obviously, we got to move on for Jackson Hayes. If you're getting this guy, but you may have something special with him. I would be extremely shocked though if I see the Pels draft Jalen Duren.
Well, I mean, one frame of thought, one avenue of thought you can go with DC, if they look, and this is just a long shot right here, but if they take Duren, you can look at the game against the Phoenix Suns as inspiration because of DeAndre Ayton and how he was able to dominate the series with Big V. So if Duren is that guy, to come in, that would definitely kind of change the dynamic insofar as, because knowing that Big V had difficulty tracking and dealing with DeAndre Ayton's athletic ability, he really looked good in that series. So if that's something you're looking at in their head, if Duren's the pick, and you're right, Jackson Hayes is on the clock.
There's no way you could justify it, dude. At that point, you can't. It's just too much money. Jackson Hayes would have to do. I mean, he would have to be phenomenal, man. With whatever little minutes they give him, he would just have to be oozing with high level potential for us to be able to find a way to keep all of those. And then you still would have to look at possibly getting off a guy like JV. We would have to move JV if we decide to keep both of those guys, because it just would be too much money.
Intriguing, man. Very intriguing. All right, DC. Perfect.